All right, predictions in chat. I need predictions. What is this video going to be about? 11 straight minutes of nothing. It's going to be nothing. What, dude? Okay, we need like a bingo card. I'm guessing there's going to be something about like old WoW devs, so it's going to be like a classic MMO. Shut up! Don't even start with me. It's going to be. God, he's wearing a horde hat too. This is great. 11 straight minutes. It's 11 minutes, dude. Dude, this is scuffed, okay? This is scuffed. Okay, we're gonna do tab, target. You guys are written with a mouse? Oh my god. Tab, target, classic, MMO, PvP, game. What else? Guys. Playtest? Oh yeah, playtest. Playtesting is started. Playtest, classic. We're gonna do classic WoW, because classic WoW is his favorite. What else? Holinka, Necrit knows stuff about game dev. Yeah, so the playtest one might not happen, but Necrit is also a creator and he knows what people are gonna click, right? I need 4 more. I need 4 more. Let me scroll up. What did you guys say? Anything? Tab target mentioned. Ramping up. That's a good one. Ramping up. People love the word ramping up. Yeah, we're just gonna throw some in here to fill it in right now. Social systems. And you mean I get ads? Sandbox. Oh, sandbox. That's a good one. Sandbox. Good sign. Yeah, we'll just do good sign. Dude, what is, like, my writing is crazy. Okay, good sign. Well, good sign, and also just like, this is positive. Because, I mean, it is positive, let's be honest, but still. All right, this is gonna go over here. Actually, wait. Let's do this better. Let's be decent content creators. We're just gonna. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Let's go.
I really hope someone got this reference. So, big news for Riot's MMO. I mean, huge news for Riot's MMO. News so big that when we are looking at the percentage scale of Riot cancelling the MMO, we are approaching 0%. And that's because Riot just made one of the biggest acquisitions of
that's good sign already, right?
Made. And it all happened because of a pile of luck and the stars aligning. So, despite people not thinking there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the Riot MMO, the truth is that if you are dedicated enough, and you crunch through the job listings and what is happening in the industry, you can pry open a lot of information every week. I mean, that's how we keep talking about the game despite Riot's silence. And one of the primary ways of learning about the game is using the official Riot job listings and checking out who's getting on the team.
Thanks for the follow.
And if you remember me saying that the team was getting stacked last time, it is now that we are getting to the good part. Things got serious quick, and they got serious for multiple reasons. First of all, the Riot MMO is still fighting a seemingly impossible battle, because all of their competition is crumbling and Riot is trying to make something in an environment where nobody made it. It doesn't matter if somebody is new or if it is a team of veteran MMO designers. And it doesn't matter if we are talking about someone new or a team of MMO veterans. The Dune MMO is barely hanging on, Ashes of Creation went
The Dune MMO is a survival game, but
up in flames, the Ghost MMO got cancelled, and now the game that was
the Ghost MMO lost funding because it was
technically classified as an MMO 2, which is Destiny 2, is shutting down as well. So
Destiny 2 is a looter shooter. It's a lobby-based looter shooter. There's nothing MMO about it. I am one of the rare people that actually does consider it an MMO, but come on.
The only MMOs that still
it's a stretch.
are the classic MMOs that have an audience that already love the nostalgic feeling as well as the classic designs. With World of Warcraft, after the many years, still somehow leading the charge, although their numbers are also slowly getting iffy, with Classic actually locking people in, somehow, and they're the
Classic WoW has 5% of the player base of retail WoW. I don't know why he still thinks Classic WoW is this like huge thing. Like it just, come on.
direct competition could be
Oh yeah. Sorry. Wait, no, not that one. This one. Here we go. Classic WoW. Oh shit, we already almost have a bingo. It's been like the first 3
considered
seconds.
old school RuneScape. Somehow I still haven't played that one. And since Classic WoW just teased that Classic Plus might be coming, which is
Oh,
one
we
of
should
the
have put
most
Classic
anticipated
Plus.
events in the entire MMO genre, really, Riot might actually get their own rival straight from the beginning. Which is why Riot is in this interesting place design-wise. Looking at the current
Classic Plus and the Riot MMO are not rivals. I mean, World of Warcraft and the Riot MMO are not rivals. Let's be honest. They can both exist, and they will both exist side by side. There's no such thing as a WoW killer. It's not going to happen. WoW, the only thing that's killing WoW is WoW. Honestly, World of Warcraft is going to be around forever. It's just going to be around forever. People enjoy World of Warcraft. It's been around for 20 years. People have a ton of history with it. The only thing that's going to kill WoW is the people who played WoW dying. So, yeah. There's going to be people in old people homes playing World of Warcraft just because they've been playing it their whole life. It's their hobby. It's like Warhammer. People still are making figurines and playing that game for 30 years. It's not going away. They're going to keep updating it, and there's going to be new modules, and it's going to be around forever. But good news, guys. There can be more than one MMO. Crazy, I know. Who would have thought?
MMO audience, it would make sense to make a more classic-styled MMO, but looking
Motherfucker. Classic MMO. There it is. There it is. There it is, boys.
at the potential of modern MMOs, they want to try something new to catch a new lightning in a bottle. I mean, that is exactly why the first MMO reset happened. They wanted to make something new.
How did we not put reset on the board?
Quite a challenge. And so, how do you make this challenge?
Wait.
MMO reset.
We don't believe you all want an MMO that you've played before with a Runeterra coat of paint. He puts it on the screen and still ignores it.
Happened. They wanted to make something new, making the entire journey quite a challenge. And so, how do you make this challenge easier for you?
Dude, I'm still drinking my coffee.
With people that definitely know what they are doing. And that is the big thing that happened yesterday. You see, one of the reasons why some people may have confidence in the Riot MMO is because of the people behind it. It is full of veterans who previously worked on some of the best games in the world. I mean, right now, it is led by the former producer of Mass Effect 3, specifically someone who is responsible for the creation of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, which, let me tell you, Mass Effect, still my favorite.
Should I do an eyes emoji, just like my face, but with the eyes on it? I think that'd probably be a good idea. I think we'll get that by Friday. I'll send it to my producer. We'll get it pumped out there for you.
Universe in gaming, and
also, this is another prime example of the internet just sucks. Fabrice is like kind of rad. He's kind of a rad designer. The same thing happened with him as is happening with Holinka, where everyone is just focusing on all the negative stuff he did, which is actually pretty minimal in comparison to all the positive stuff he did, because he did a lot of really cool shit. Same with Holinka. I mean, Ashran, the thing that everyone wants to complain about, was really cool, especially in theory. But sometimes, through the course of game design, something in theory gets produced and it actually doesn't end up being that cool. Ashes of Creation.
I spent literally thousands of hours in the multiplayer specifically. It had a really cool design with an incredibly rewarding and satisfying progression system.
You guys can crucify me, but I've never played Mass Effect.
What you want to see in an MMO. And that alone made me excited. But then you also sprinkle in some veterans from other MMOs, including a bunch of veteran WoW developers. We are once again talking about previous senior engineers on World of Warcraft, where some of them made some of the best experimental game modes for
I enjoyed Plunderstorm. But again, everyone hated it.
World of Warcraft. With one
hated
of the
it, by the way.
acquisitions up to
it was
that
huge.
Point being
Ton of
the
people
former
played it.
lead producer of World of Warcraft. When that broke the news, people got really excited. Because we are talking about Reynold Bartos, also known as Good Guy Ray. A name that...
Yeah, Ray wasn't the lead producer on World of Warcraft. He was one of the lead producers on World of Warcraft, of which there are many. Just to be clear, Games are not made by one singular person. Nobody knows what producers do. Nobody knows. Producers don't even know what producers do. Let's be honest. There's a really, really good video actually, and I'll share it with you guys later. But if you look up Chris Wilson, he was one of the original creators of Path of Exile 1. He did a video about breaking into the video game industry, and he goes over every single role and talks about what they do. He put this out like last week. It's a really, really good video, especially in comparison. I'll put it in the Discord, by the way. Someone wants to do exclamation Discord in chat. I'll put it in the Discord, and we will, you guys can watch it. But it's a good video.
Made people freeze in place. Because now, while all the other MMOs are crumbling, somehow...
They're not. They're not. They're literally not.
Stop it.
Thanks,
Get
Bear.
some help.
Hi.
The MMOs are literally not crumbling. They have the highest player base that they've ever had. But people on the internet complain about them more than they've ever complained about them as well.
How Riot is making bigger and bolder moves while getting even higher talent on the team. What's even cooler is
Glorified babysitter. That's like what producers will say though, as like kind of a joke. They're not like they definitely do more than just babysitting the team, but they do help with pipelines.
It's only a game.
Help with Doomer.
You have to be
That's
mad.
you're gonna fit in just fine.
time. Riot has been secretly acquiring former World of Warcraft developers, and now the old teams are reassembling at Riot Games. Meaning that Riot now has a bunch of people that already know how to work together, which not only speeds up the production of the game in general, but it also removes some of the obstacles you are dealing with when making a new team. But the biggest thing that really happened in this space happened only yesterday. Because we got a new legendary designer that joined the Riot MMO team. Yes, Riot managed to get Brian Holinka. And there...
Nobody's really
there is a
surprised
lot to
though.
talk about. So, Brian Holinka has been a legendary designer working on World of Warcraft. Now, the good news is that I've been playing World of Warcraft from the year 2006 all the way up to yesterday. So I do have quite the context for what is going on here. You see, Holinka joined World of Warcraft around the year 2012.
Context, bias,
which means
it's all the
will be
same.
happening after the peak of World of Warcraft's player base, but before the other peak. Now, up to the year he joined.
That graph, by the way, is really nice.
Base,
That it ends, by
but
the
before-
way, in 2015. This is an 11-year-old graph that we're using in the background. This actually went up quite a bit.
the other peak. Now, up to the year he joined WoW, he's been an on and off player of WoW since the beginning. More on that later. And after his arrival on the team between Cataclysm
Oh
and
god, he
Twisted
looks so
Pandaria,
different back then.
He became known for handling the gameplay side of WoW's classes. Here, truth be told, we are talking about times where the old school RPG design already became outdated, with the modern audiences getting a lot closer to the action-styled gameplay. I mean, we are talking about the years where League of Legends took off.
Thought we had something
and so,
there.
all the classes in WoW were slowly getting better and better. They were getting a lot more engaging and a lot more entertaining to play. And the cool thing is that Holinka worked on the classes all the way up through Legion. And if any one of you played Legion, you can confirm that the class fantasy...
He spent a lot of time working on Mists of Pandaria all the way through Legion. Mists of Pandaria is probably the best PvP expansion that ever hit WoW. Fight me. Fight me on it. It's just factual. Hate pandas, that's fine. Best PvP. And then the other thing is Legion was probably one of the, aside from like the systems, which he honestly had no control over, the like gameplay systems as far as like the endless grind of it. The classes were the most defined, I think, in Legion that they ever were. Classic WoW was like its own thing, but that was just D&D digitally. This was like, Legion was one of the best, if not the best
absolutely
expansions.
peaked during that expansion. And Blizzard never managed to bring any of this back. And it is interesting to see that right after Legion was done, Holinka was
Legion's
moved
sick.
onto another thing at Blizzard. So already, we know that he designed some of fan-favorite designs. On top of this, we can also add the fact that he helped design Evokers, which, sure, you can think whatever you want about the Drakthir. I don't like them either. Why can't they wear armor? I still don't know. But it was a bold move to create an entirely new class, which has a lot lower DPS, but its damage is based on augmenting the abilities of other classes and increasing their damage. That kind of support DPS has never really existed. Not even with the...
Yeah, I mean, he added supports to World of Warcraft, which was never in there before, right? Kind of a cool thing. I didn't know he did that. I'm gonna take what NECRITS saying as face value, that he was a part of that. So that's cool.
The old paladins and
they look
shamans,
ugly as fuck,
but here they were,
that's cool.
Trying something new that actually felt really cool. So again, Holinka helped with a lot of cool designs, but the reason why you should be excited about all of this is because he is also a massive fan of PvP. And so while he was designing classes for WoW in general, PvP has always been his focus. Historically, while playing WoW as a fan, apparently he had 8 max level characters which he was using for arenas. And during his time as a developer, he became responsible for some of the biggest PvP features, including rated battlegrounds, which quickly became a hit for the PvP community.
Those were really, really good when they first came out, and then they devolved over time, and they... Here's the thing with WoW PvP. It's never been great. It is what it is. It's had its moments. It's had its moments where it was really cool, like TBC arenas when those first came out were really, really cool. It was unlike something you'd ever seen before, right? Fucking Blackrock Mountain PvP, World PvP back in vanilla was really, really good. Alterac Valley was really, really cool. I mean, say what you want about like instanced battlegrounds, but they are a really, really good way for people to play PvP on a competitive level. World PvP is not a competitive thing. It's a numbers game 9 times out of 10. But if you could somehow merge the competitiveness of instance PvP into what is like also world PvP, and if you could merge those together, I would be hooked probably for forever. But it's yet to be done.
Shadowlands, bear with me, he helped push out Solo Shuffle, which revived the entirety of Arena with a totally new breath of fresh players. And these are the achievements that we should be focusing on. Because now there is a whole new question. Will Riot utilize Holinka's experience with the design of PvP specifically? Or will he once again help with the overall design of combat? Because after 2018, he was the lead combat designer of World of Warcraft. And well, this is where we get to the times of today. Because before Holinka left Blizzard, for a brief moment he actually joined the Ghost MMO, where he didn't have too much time to design much because the publisher pulled the plug. And that is also how the stars aligned. Because if he didn't...
And that's the problem with World PvP though, right? Is it's never really... I feel like it's always been like a side product of PvE, right? It's always been designed as like a side thing. Aside from, say, Dark Age of Camelot, Guild Wars 2, World vs. World, Warhammer, Age of Reckoning, right? Most games design around the PvE in the world, and then they just allow PvP. And it happens naturally. But I don't think it's ever happened naturally in a way that has ever felt fair. And it doesn't need to be fair. Having that sense of edge, it's why I love it. I always played PvP, just to be clear. But it has like... If you could somehow just make it feel like it was actually part of the gameplay and it was built around that a little bit, it would be, I think, magical. But I mean, hey, Riot's a PvP company, so maybe...
Move onto the Ghost MMO,
maybe we see that.
Ghost MMO wasn't cancelled. Then Riot wouldn't even get a chance to get Holinka onto their team. It is funny how the world works sometimes. But what is even more interesting is that thanks to all the job listings, because...
I'm just gonna look and see. This is pretty old.
Because we know that Holinka became the principal gameplay designer, with that job listing previously being open, we should know what he's doing on the MMO.
Yeah,
so
most people
contribute.
That's the thing. Modern MMO players don't PvP, right? Don't think it's a coincidence that they mention PvP a lot more in their job posts. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's the main thing that contributed to the reset. I don't think that, because like realistically, you can PvP in any MMO, right? I think that I think that they're building around it a little bit more, if I was to guess. But I don't think that, I don't know. I kind of started this trend of like looking at the job postings and it being like a thing back in 2020 when I first started making videos about this. But I think we look at the job postings a little too much, because there's a list of things that they want like with experience, but it's not always like that's in the game and we should look at it like it's a, you know, a confident reminder. I think that we can say that there will be PvP, but at what capacity, we don't know yet. And I don't want to speculate too much.
To a unified combat vision that
I'm just trying to be
across
safe
both
more than
small and
anything.
large player
Not be disappointed.
In other words, design combat and classes that work in both dungeons and raids. Here, I think Riot hit the jackpot. Deliver on our combat aspirations in the solutions, content and decisions in the detail of design and implementations. That all seems to be his expertise. Inspire and support all members of the team to continue striving for their best possible work in healthy and sustainable way. We can hope that comes with experience. Mentor and grow designers on the team in both craft and collaboration skills. Checks out. Champion an effective playtesting process that can validate our goals and fuel continuous improvements over time. Checks out.
He said playtest. Do we call that? I mean, he's just reading a job post. I think we wait until he actually comments on it.
Be the primary owner of a significant portion of player combat, traversal or enemies at an IC. Build direction for core player actions like camera, controls and character. That is what he did on Ghost 2. Design and iterate on...
Not what he did on Ghost. Necrid, I didn't see you in any of the playtests. I'll be honest. There was only like 20 people who playtested that game. On Project Ghost, he mostly did class design. So, and the interfacing and all that stuff was done by UX, which was like Ed Alter for Sapnap. But everyone on that team, because it was a small team though, everyone kind of had their hands in everything. But Project Ghost was, yeah, he mostly focused on class design, specifically like tank class design. The tank class was amazing.
And player actions that contribute to a great feel, rich decision making and balanced ecosystem. Create and provide multiple potential designs and solutions. Articulating trade-offs and risks between different options. All of which pretty much checks out. So in summary, it seems like Riot kinda lucked out and the stars align and they managed to get the best possible talent for the problems they were trying to solve. And
there's multiple people in this role, by the way. That's something I think a lot of people are missing out, is that the role that Halinka's in, there's multiple people. He's not the only one doing it.
A person with a name that is very well known in the MMO environment, it did actually breathe a lot of new hope for the Riot MMO. Not that they really needed hope. We don't need much, and from what we do...
Yeah, I mean, take a look at that job posting he just posted, right? He spoke about dungeons, they talked about raids. They didn't necessarily say PvP was going to be the focus of the game. I do think PvP will be a focus of the MMO, but MMOs are a combination of a multitude of different games. No MMO is just one singular game, and that's why I personally like MMOs so much, is that I can log in and be like, hey, I want to do instance dungeons today. Hey, I have raid night on Thursday. Or today's PvP day. I'm going to do PvP all day on Wednesday. Or on Friday, we're going to just do a social get together in the guild neighborhood. Whatever. I'm referring to this all within the context of World of Warcraft right now. But shoot, if I want to get drunk on a Saturday night with my guildmates in Discord and go fishing, I want that to be a thing. MMOs should not be one singular thing. And I think, yeah, there's going to be PvP. Yeah, there's going to be PvE. But let's have a balance of all these different game modes within the game. And I don't know where I'm going with this rant at all. But I think you get what I'm saying.
You know, it looks cool. And so as far as we know, the plan is still for Riot to release the MMO before 2030. And so right now, it really feels like there is no way they are gonna cancel the MMO, right?
They're going to cancel the MMO. I'll be honest, guys. I think that was one of the most like, and I mean this in a complimentary way. I think that was one of the most lukewarm videos he's done so far on the Riot MMO. It didn't feel like there was ever a moment where he was like over speculating, or I guess more accurately, over projecting on like his own views of what it should be. Which is something I see far too often. That was just a lot more like, hey, here's the thing. I think one of the things I would have liked to have seen a little more, and it's something that I'm going to do, and maybe it's a bad idea and it's going to make Riot hate me, but on my video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the negative stuff that people view about Holinka, as well as World of Warcraft in general, but also kind of circle it back to the fact that the MMO is not something that is just a singular person doing it. They have 3 developers from World of Warcraft right now, as far as we know, I believe. That's not going to be the driving factor of the game's development. There's tons and tons and tons of other people on the project, and they're all going to work collaboratively through playtesting and just like ideas. They're going to sit down with a whiteboard and come up with ideas. Like, that's how game development works, and no game is the same. Look at World of Warcraft and compare it to Project Ghost. The design decisions between those 2 games are polar opposites. Project Ghost was going to be an MMO that was going to be combined with a survival, like an instanced survival game with tree chopping, base building, that kind of stuff, right? That's why I liked it so much, is because I'm a huge fan of survival games. But it wasn't like an MMO for MMO players. But and that game was made by mostly World of Warcraft developers. It actually was more World of Warcraft than anything else. Whereas the Riot MMO only has 3 WoW developers. But these are talented devs that have proven themselves to be able to put out projects, hit release target windows, and put out games that are satisfying for the overwhelming majority of players. That's a positive no matter what, no matter how you look at it.